G'day gamers, Ybot here, and as the title said, the difference between pub stomping and competitive in Titanfall and what I found the differences between the two. And I think it's quite different here from other countries, so I'm going off the Cyber Gamer rules of Australia. Now this is just attrition. I am changing my game style. I'm rocking the Evo shotgun, stim, and away I go. Now, first thing I'll let you know, the Cyber Gamer rules. No burn cards. No explosive tier 1 or tier 2, whatever it is. What's the other one? No radar pulse and no nuclear ejection on your Titans. They're the major rules. No satchel charges, no arc mines. So straight away, gamers, I've had to change my style because, as you saw before, I was always using the radar pulse and I was always using the satchel charges. Well, now Ybot's going to have to play old school. Now, look at this. Now, this team we joined, this is just a random game I had last night, just joining around and mucking around. Had a few connection issues with Titanfall, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, this is just running around with the shotgun and getting used to movement and trying to hit fire and basically getting used to the new style of gameplay that I'm using on Titanfall. As you can see, I'm practicing jump off here and boom, get smoked. Gotta love the Evo shotgun. It is unbelievable. So, the things I've learnt about playing from pub stomping to going competitive. Okay, most people that play competitive have scrimmed, done a lot of time together. They've played a lot more hours of Titanfall than I have. I've got 103 hours of Titanfall. I'm not too sure about the rest of my teammates, but I think the captain has something like 135 hours. I mean, we versed people today, FS, that their minimum person on their team was only 273 hours on Titanfall. That's the lowest rating I think they had in their team, so that was pretty wow. Like, wow. Anyway, but the tips and tricks you have to learn, the style you play, you have to be moving around a hell of a lot more. You can't camp. A lot of people go with active camo. The difference of weapons, and I have to tell you, gamers, the R97 is an absolute beast. Now, I hated that challenge. I think it was Gen 3 or Gen 4. I'm not too sure. Remind me on that one, gamers. But I'm starting to use it now and get into it. And you know, it is very different, your Titan. And you'll see here later on, I put my Titan, my Strider there with the targeting chip, making it better by itself as an auto Titan. Now, as before, when you're just running around by yourself and pub stomping, gamers, you didn't do that stuff because you thought that was crap. You never jumped out of your Titan. It wasn't very good. But you'll see a clip here from memory. I think there's a clip here later on where you see it actually do some good. And in competitive style, it does a hell of a lot better. Now, in saying that, we've had a few connection issues. Today it was a bit frustrating. There was a tournament on, and I spoke to one of the guys, FS Wolfie. As you can see, this is me bouncing around doing the bunny hop, practicing on that, and boom, thanks for coming. Hit firing with the shotgun. But anyway, as I was saying, Wolfie pulled out because he said the tournament, they said they pulled out the tournament because it wasn't that great, and he said it wasn't fantastic. Look at that. Spectre just got nailed. So, look, I still stuff up. But as you can see, I'm trying to do a bunny hop rather than run everywhere, gamers. And trust me, you've got to do that in competitive. You've got to know your routes here and there. Smoked, take him out again. So, gamers, the thing is, it's a whole new ball game, is what I'm saying. The tactics they use now. Today, one thing we learnt was arc cannon. Now, all of us said in our group, well, because we haven't scrimmed that much, arc cannon, that sucks, why use it? Well, we got absolutely owned. I mean, owned, reborn. They had our firstborn, you name it. They just owned us in last Titan standing. That's because we're running around the group. And you know what? They use the arc cannons. Two of them use the arc cannons. Of course, when it hits the one target, it bounces off all the others. So they were just nailing us in no time. And a couple other issues as well. The connection problem here, as I squish this pilot, was not the best. And somebody, I think it was motherfucking Pringles or Pred, said if you should get an achievement for just joining the Xbox Live party. We've had a lot of issues today, and when we did compete in our game, I could only communicate with one other team member, and that made a big bloody difference. But the thing is, you've got to keep it positive, and you can't rage, and communication is the big key, and listening to one leader as I get that Goosey challenge is probably the easiest I've ever done, ever. Thank gosh I didn't have to do 50 to get to Gen 6, but they're the few things I've learnt. You also got to dedicate a bit of time to it and be fair to your team. There's no point in being in a competitive team if you're not going to dedicate time to it or so forth. So, with Xbox One, I've said it was quite lonely and so forth. I've got to, whenever my teammates get on, it pretty much tells me that they're online on the Xbox One because they've labelled as my favourites. And you know what? We hit up each other and we practice. And I'll be practicing tomorrow night. So, Gears of War will be on the back burner probably till at least Thursday night, gamers, because we've got to scrim Wednesday night. I've got to get up to close to level 50 to get all the unlocks. And then we've just got to try and do some more scrimming tomorrow night and maybe a bit of a warm-up session Wednesday night before we get into our real scrim. And that's the thing. So you've also got to have good kudos and stuff like that. Like, no teabagging, no that crap. Don't be aggressive. Quite fair. There's rules on there. And luckily, our captain is taking charge of that because, I haven't got the time to because I'd rather play other games. But the big difference, I know they've made it more of a level playing field. But they really do cyber game. You have to run a little bit better, and the connection has to be a hell of a lot better. It got very frustrating today for a lot of us, and a lot of people are only on 2 bars to play, and it's just, it's just frustrating. So I'm hoping it only gets better in the future. But it is made it a hell of a lot more fun and give me a lot more drive for Titanfall, and appreciate it a hell of a lot more because there's so much tactics to a game. It's ridiculous. Even last Titan standing, it's really good. And this game definitely needs way more credit for what it is and what Respawn have done. I mean, I think they've done a fabulous job. It's really well balanced, and these new rules by Cybergame have made it even more balanced, and I really do. So, we still got Team Filthy than I am. Still got to do more training, more practice here and there. But, I'm enjoying it. I'm loving it, gamers. And, they're a cool bunch of dudes. Like I said, they're all from Queensland, so, they all know how to kick ass when the pressure gets there. And, they all like to have a jam and have good fun times and play very harshly. And so this is the other thing you learn. You got to learn to rely on your skills and jumping around, rotating and stuff like that, and not sitting back and being comfortable. The pulse radar, I think, makes you pretty much a lazy gamer in my view, as I take out that pilot. Love the shotty. And the shotty does get used a lot in competitive. Trust me, gamers. It does. And you've got to really think carefully about setting up your classes. Now, you're probably saying, well, but we know this and so forth. Well, look, I play a bit of competitive Gears, just for a laugh here and there, and I play a bit of competitive in COD and stuff like that. And I have to tell you now, when it comes to Titanfall, and you're on equal footing, and I do really think it is that much a well-balanced game, it does make a big difference to your play style. And your captain's got to make the call on who's best and who's what. And, if you're a defender, shotgun or not, whatever. Because, it makes a huge difference, as you saw my automatic Titan just take out a pilot and almost take out another Titan, and it's just unbelievable. That's the big difference the chip makes. So that's, and the map changes and the routes you've got to know, and you've got to know your fast pilots here and there, your tactics to use with Titans, where to put them here and there to work well, capture the flag, which is something we're going to work on, capture the flag, pilot hunter. There is a new game mode coming out, I forget the name of it, so we've got to get into that and see how that goes as I punch that Titan into oblivion. So, look, there's a lot for me to learn. Hell of a lot for me to learn, and a hell of a lot for our team to learn. But it just, like I do say, you have to change your play style big time and not worry too much about your KD. You've got to be a really good objective player. And, you've got to know your strong points and weak points. And as a team member, I'm finding I've got no problem with somebody else telling me what I can do, what I can't do, because, quite frankly, I have the least amount of experience when it comes to online gaming to the rest of the team. I used to be part of the team and enjoying it and learning a hell of a lot more from it and making me a better Titanfall player, because I do love this game. This game is awesome. It is probably one of the best highlights that's come out of 2014 for me, or 2013 when it did come out. I'm not too sure, correct me when it did come out, but it's probably the biggest highlight that it is, and I absolutely love this game. And the fact I'm in a competitive team makes it even better. And now, we would love to aim to be the best in Australia, but I tell you, going up against this FS group, they're all Gen 10, they are militant in their own way. So who knows? I will keep you posted as I take out this pilot here, and I think I take out double kill. Look at that Ybot going off. And look, using different chain guns, using 40mm cannons, all that kind of stuff. It does help, and practice. So frag and tag, keep your pods, be good to those that own you, and bounce around and challenge yourself when you're playing Titanfall. Excuse me, don't get comfortable. Regen up, because the one thing making competitive, a lot of people say this game got boring too quick. Join a team, start one up, because trust me, it doesn't get boring at all as we blew that ship apart. It has really changed its style. It really has. As I'll show videos of how we scrim and stuff like that. So the final score for me is 12, 3, 20, and 1. Frag and tab. Be good to those own. I'll catch you mofos later on the battlefield. And gosh, the shotgun's not bad, but I prefer the R97.